Boon. Quick show of hands. Who remembers the Oscars this year? Okay, now who remembers who won Best Actor? Okay, Leonardo DiCaprio won Best Actor for his film The Revenant. But during his acceptance speech, he somehow talked about climate change, in which something you wouldn't really see during an Oscar event. It may seem out of place, but it got me thinking about the topic even more. Alright. And I've learned so much from not only this documentary, Before the Flood, that was recently released, but also several sources including Telegraph, Guardian, CNN, New York Times, just to name a few. But I also want to share with you what you would expect, including why he's needed, someone we need today, what has he done so far, and what kind of world does he see for doing this. First, why he's doing this. I'm sure for no surprise to most of you, Donald Trump is president. Yeah, and you may also not realize that in one of his comments, he once said that climate change was created by the Chinese. For some reason, he also maybe said it was a joke. Whether it's a joke or not, it's still pretty a legitimate comment about. And there are plenty of other examples, so I'll just stick with that one. So, in a world where politics has become not taken seriously anymore in this day and age, who can we turn to? I want to give Leonardo DiCaprio a chance. From the Telegraph article, he mentioned that he wouldn't be doing anything if he wasn't passionate about in an interview with The Revenant. According to World Life, Leonardo DiCaprio also founded a Leonardo DiCaprio Foundation meant to support other organizations to help stop climate change and environmental conservation. And of course, he's not really trained for it, but at least he's doing the right thing. The Guardian article said that he also became the United Nations representative for Messenger of Peace in climate change. So at least the UN has already recognized that. He's also done many things to help this. He once raised $38.8 million from an art auction in 2013, making it the highest grossing charity event ever held at the time in 2013. Now in 2016, he raised $45 million in another charity event in St. Tropez. It's meant to not only help his projects on environmental conservation, but also towards victims in East France. So he means well. In another article from ET Online, he also donated $15.6 million to organizations to protect wildlife. Understandably, his favorite animal is tigers, so he also has his own favoritism towards it. His goals, he's also done plenty of things. Like recently, Before the Flood is a documentary starring him and also directed by Fisher Stevens and funded by National Geographic, and you can watch it in YouTube right now. Or if you don't want to, you can also watch The 11th Hour, another documentary narrated by Leonardo DiCaprio. You can also support him by watching those. Or in 2018, you can also go to his future planned resort in Lacador Cay, somewhere in Belize, Central America. He's also made his reasons for doing so being to stop deforestation, overfishing, and cutting of mangrove trees. He's made plans on how to establish this project by hiring Jeff Graham, another owner of a resort in Belize, and hiring Jason F. McLennan, an architect who will use natural materials to help build this. Finally, I want to tell you how to visualize what he sees. In the documentary Before the Flood, he also mentioned what kind of world, of how he once saw the world as a baby in his crib, from a painting called The Garden of Earthly Delights by, forgive my pronunciation, Hieronymus Bosch. It was a 3-panel painting. Imagine this. The first panel being about Adam and Eve, born to the world, everything as it is. The second panel, everything just went down the drain as we all started civilizations, we all started losing our minds, we all started to ruin many environmental locations, and somehow we're most of the time abusing others. Finally, the last panel, it just became a typical apocalyptic situation. Smog, people living inside art sculptures for some reason. But that's not what Leonardo DiCaprio wants. He wants to stop this. He's done time and time again to try and stop this. By the way, if you're close describing this painting, you're pretty close. Now that I've shown you all that, I'd like you to picture this while I leave you off. What kind of world do you want to live in with politics? This is, even now, we can't even take our president seriously. We really need to do something about this. You've been a terrific audience. Thank you for your time.